welcome back to the Farmhouse Knitting Podcast. My name is Dayna and I'm the host. And as you can see, we are out of the sunroom today. I don't have the air conditioner or fan on. It's like a balmy 77 degrees out, so I'm in my living room in front of the yarn hutch with the windows open, and it's wonderful. I hope the sound is okay. We do live on, well, off of a busier road, so I'm hoping that the cars aren't too much, and hopefully the dog doesn't start barking or anything like that. So this is a knitting podcast where I share with you all of my projects, yarn that I've hoarded, collected, and today I actually have something to share with you that is crocheting. And I don't crochet very often, and this has been quite the project because I don't crochet very often. So grab something to drink and your knitting needles. I will share with you my whip that I'm working on, the hayride shrug. That's crochet, and then I have some yarn to show you guys, and then, are you ready for this? We're gonna try to tackle cleaning the yarn hutch. And I know it doesn't look so bad right now, but that's the top part that I purposely leave decorated and pretty and cute for pictures. We're going to deep dive into the drawers and the cabinets where things really start to get messy. And I did do a yarn hutch makeover a few months ago, probably back in spring or maybe the end of winter. But it's been a while and it's collected a lot of new yarn. I have not really put away yarn the way I was supposed to, and so it's kind of just thrown in there. So we're going to just go through that a little bit. So today I am drinking a little bit of iced coffee. I'm not supposed to have a lot of coffee or caffeine or sugar. I'm 8 months pregnant and I was fainting and dizzy, and so I have like the smallest amount, but I needed it. It was a late night, so I needed it. And so yes, grab your coffee or tea or whatever, and I'm just gonna show you the progress on this shrug, show you my new yarn that I'm really excited. It came all the way across the pond from Ireland. So let me set down my cup, reach as far forward as I can. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is, oh shoot, I need to learn my setup for when I'm in the living room, because I usually can put everything on the coffee table and have it sort of within range for me to reach, and today I don't have that set up very well. Actually, if you could see my setup, maybe before I jump into the yarn hutch part, I'm going to turn the camera and show you how I'm recording this because it's very funny. I have the kids' toys involved. It looks kind of dangerous on the coffee table, but it's working. So, okay, if you have seen the past couple episodes, you knew that I was working on the hayride shrug from Tales of Knots, and it is crocheted, and I was struggling so hard with the ribbing. I don't know why. I've never crocheted ribbing before, but I'm honestly not sure if I'm even doing it right still. But I'm gonna go with it. It looks like ribbing to me. Everything is still working and it still fits, and the only reason I'm not sure if it's ribbing is because the part, I would say purl, but it's not knit purl. The chain, I guess, is not lying completely flat, and then this bumps out. It's kind of a little bit wavy, and so I don't know if I'm actually doing the ribbing stitch or if it will work out when I block it. Actually, I have to even see. I am using the Barocco not retweed. I don't remember what this is called. I will link it in the show notes, but I want to say it's a recycled yarn and it's Barocco. And it's a whole mix of fibers, so we'll see if I can block it, how well I can block it. So that is the ribbing section, and then for the actual shrug, it's kind of like a cocoon-ish thing. I'm using Knit Picks, Wool of the Andes, and Farmhouse Heather, and I just really like how the two colors are looking together. Now this could be because I'm doing the ribbing wrong. This could completely be true, but I did not have enough yarn. And I ran into this problem. I don't know if I'm not sure. The pattern's written well. I don't know if it just didn't have the right amount of yarn written down or what, but I already had to shorten the shrug by a few rows. And let's see, I am almost done with skein 1 of 2, and 2 was supposed to do it for the ribbing, and I have this much ribbing done. And I still need to do this half and the entire bottom. And so I think I have to go get more of this yarn, which is really a bummer because I don't want to go back. I mean, I want to go to a yarn shop, but I don't really have time to go to a yarn shop because I stay home with my kids, and like I said, I'm gonna have a baby soon. Wow, that was really loud. So I don't want to have to go to the yarn shop and order more. I'm actually, maybe I'll see if I can order it online. I'm really bummed that it probably won't be the same lot number, but what are you gonna do? I'm finding that in both those spots, the actual shrug and the ribbing, I probably need double the yarn. And that's not a gauge issue or tension. I don't know. I don't know. I am not really sure what's happening there, but I do like how it's turning out so far. It's just not quite what the pattern was saying it was going to do. There goes my hook. Okay, it's okay. I can get it later. Oh, okay. My yarn. You guys, I've never gotten yarn from another country before, ever. Ever. I have sent, like when I was doing my Etsy shop and had finished products, I sent those to another country, but I've never actually gotten anything really from another country. And today I am really excited because I have some really cute fall and Halloween hand spun yarn. So this, I'm going to show you the their card is apple oak. Doesn't want to focus. Apple oak fiber works, and they are natural dyers of yarns and fibers in Clare County, Ireland. And the funniest thing is I stumbled across them while I was researching for another video that I'm doing in October. And since I'm going to have a baby, I'm kind of trying to prep some videos that they'll be ready to go. So I was working on an October video and I came across them. And while I came across them, I found some yarn that I had to also order. So this is the gorgeous orangey colored Aran weight yarn. So this yarn, they actually hand dyed with organic onion, which I love. It was my goal to work on dyeing yarn from our garden, and it just didn't happen this year. And I really love this. So the color they call it is bronze. It is 100% wool, and the cool thing about this is the wool comes from South America. It's processed and spun in Czech Republic, and then it is dyed in Ireland, and they use all natural ingredients, and you'll see more about that in my video next month. But 191 yards, 175 meters. It is 100 grams Aran weight, and like I said, they just dyed this with onions. And I'm really excited. I actually think that, well, I don't know. It's not going to be a this year project. Maybe it could be. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. But I actually feel like this might be a pair of fall socks. Maybe like cabin socks or something like that. And I'm not really a Halloween person. I don't like spooky things. I don't like really colorful. I'm not really into like the bright purple and orange and like stripy, colorful Halloween look. So this is more my style, and I'm just so excited. It is so soft. I can't believe that that's wool. And I'm really excited. It makes me happy for fall, and even though I probably won't actually knit anything with it this fall, it makes me happy to look at. And so even though I try to keep my yarn hutch kind of neutral colors, I'm probably going to end up putting that on the shelf for just a pop of color too. So that's what I have to share with you guys today. That is like knitting content, an update on my whip. Okay, let's get to the yarn hutch. I'm a little bit nervous because it's a mess. So first I'm going to turn the camera around and show you honestly how I am filming so far. I just film on my phone, but this is pretty funny. So ignore the mess that is the rest of our house today, but I am using our coffee table and the kids' Peppa Pig house and my little phone holder, and that's how I'm filming for this segment. So first, I have a little bit of a situation under here, and I'm going to try my best to not scare you guys away with my yarn right now. Okay, current yarn stash situation. It's not so good. I don't really know what I was thinking with this. We were tie-dyeing a bunch of shirts this summer, and I decided to tie-dye some yarn, and it's so not my colors at all, but it's just sugar and cream, and I'll find something to make with it. So I think the original intent of this basket was to have, I have a lot of this cotton yarn that I was making for, well, I was going to make for market bags, and then I've honestly never actually made a market bag, I don't think, so I'm actually going to stash this under my bed, and the reason is I don't think it needs front real estate in the yarn hutch. It's not something that I'm using very often. So instead I'm actually going to be keeping my fingering weight yarn in here because I have been making more socks and that kind of thing, and whether or not it's something I'll use for socks, I'll just have it by weight, I think. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even believe it. I forgot to show you something that I also got. That is an early birthday present for me, and it was stashed under the yarn hutch. Oh, see? What goes to the yarn hutch goes to pretty much disappear forever. I got some of the Hue Loco Backyard Chicken Collection yarn. This is the Porcelain Bantam, which is, okay, so the minis are Earl Grey, and this is Ash, I believe. Minis Earl Grey and Ash. No, these are two different colors. Minis are Earl Grey and Ash. And I'm so excited to make these because if you've been here from the start, you know that we're working on our chicken coop, and I'm obsessed with chickens. And I really, really wanted this yarn for so long, and my husband got it for me for my birthday. So I cannot believe that I forgot to show that at the start. Oh my gosh. I'm trying my best to keep it to fingering weight, but I don't have a ton of fingering weight yarn because I only recently started knitting socks like that, so it's going to be a little bit of a mix, but it's at least things that I'm using more than I was, like the cotton yarn I just never touched. This looks like I started casting something on and just stopped. Okay, so top two baskets look a little bit more manageable. Down here, not so much. So we're gonna dive into the real mess, which is the Wool of the Andes stash that I have, because yeah, it's one of my favorites, and it's overflowing with yarn. And there's not even, honestly, I've got more in my room, so I have to pull that out too. Again, this is yarn that I love, and I'm not gonna get rid of. I love this cotton. But I'm kind of thinking, does it need to be right in the yarn hutch? I don't think it does, because I don't make dishcloths super often, and yeah, it just doesn't need to be right in the yarn hutch. I think that's how I'm gonna fix that problem. So what I think I'm going to do is save this, keep it empty for more of the wool of the Andes that's in our bedroom. And meanwhile, go through the second basket I have. Another thing I'm thinking about is prepping for the season. So knowing that I'm not going to be making a lot of stuff with cotton is kind of helping me bring some of the cotton stuff and rotate that out and pull out stuff that I'll use for more fall winter projects, I think. This is cool. This could almost be wintry. Could make like a pair of shorty winter socks or something, I don't know. Okay, I went into our room and I got a little bit more yarn out, including some of the sock yarn that I got in winning a giveaway and a whole bunch more of the Woolies, wool of the, or not Woolies, Knit Picks wool of the Andes. So I'm gonna put the wool of the Andes in the basket, add these ones to my kind of starting to grow sock stash, and we'll see what else we can uncover in there. Okay, I think I have successfully squished in all my wool of the Andes, and now I'm going to actually take out a lot of this Woolies Thick and Quick and see if I can combine it. I have 2 baskets right now. I haven't been using it very often lately, and also this top basket here I'm going to be swapping out to put in my Knit Picks palette yarn that I got to work on our family stockings, which is a big project that I would like to finish next year, so I want to have it all right here where it's easy to get to, all in one place. Okay, that's really cool. Mountain colors. Now that is cool for Halloween. It's a little bit crazy for me, but I might cast on a pair of Halloween socks. I'm not supposed to cast on anything new. Okay, that is everything I need for our stockings besides what's already on the needles, which is in a different bag. So that's all just gonna live in here. It's like musical baskets, musical yarn baskets. Okay, that's more manageable. I'm honestly not sure. So again, I'm just going to grab all the cotton I have and put that in a bin until spring, summer. I'm going to keep this out actually because that's really pretty tweed. And they reach $1. Not even that, they reach $1 at the dollar yarn sale. So that's a bonus. Okay, so what's going to be living in here, I think what I'm left with is kind of some extra not wool of the Andes worsted weight yarn and some of the scraps from wool of the Andes worsted weight yarn. So this is kind of my, what I can grab from for cabin socks that is maybe a different brand. This was kind of a heavy worsted weight. I just made that pair of socks for my husband with this Rowan. This is some more of that Simply wool. So I know it's not worsted weight, but I actually made a pair of socks for my sister with this in them. So I'm hoping that I can make myself a pair soon too. This is what I dyed with avocado, but I know it's wool of the Andes worsted. And then these are all my wool of the Andes scraps from recent projects. And so I'm just going to store those in here for my one day, possibly scrappy pair, or just alternating a new color for heels, toes, and cuffs. Okay, I really cannot stop thinking about this yarn. I mean, that's speaking Halloween to me. There's no orange in it, but somehow it's Halloween. It's gorgeous. This was also $1. $1 each. Okay. That, I think, is gonna do it, folks. Okay, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I moved a lot of the spring summer yarn into where it's gonna go under my bed in a bin. I have a lot of fall and winter yarn out, but mostly I just took a lot of the extra yarn out that I just kind of had thrown in there. And so everything kind of has its place. Something that I wasn't expecting and happens every time I go through my yarn stash is that I decided I am going to cast on a pair of Halloween socks that I'm really excited about. I feel like I've been depriving myself for the past month by not letting myself cast anything new on, but I do have these projects I'm working on that I want to finish. These are just going to be kind of for fun, just getting me in the spirit of Halloween projects, so I'm going to be making some socks with that. Okay, so the whole under yarn area feels really neat. It feels good. It feels like it matches more what's going on up there. And I feel like I can find things. So these two baskets here, which I'll link the baskets, both the wicker and the wire. They're just from Amazon. They're really, really good. I really like them for the yarn. There's no pulling. But these two are all for socks. The one back in here is a little more cabin socks, worsted weight and some sport weight. This is all Knit Picks wool of the Andes. And then over here, I've got what I'm using to make our family's Christmas stockings this year. And then down here is half empty in hopes that it'll be my catch-all for when I have new yarn. And then also my stash of the Millamia soft merino, which I've had for a long time, and it was $1 each skein, and I'm hoping that I'll make something this winter with them because I really love that yarn. Okay, like I said, here I just have my yarn for some cabin socks, and then down here is a little stash of just some bulky weight yarn. So now that my yarn feels more organized, I'm going to hop over to my Cricut and show you guys what I did to organize my needles. Really hard time remembering what needles I stored in each compartment. So this is actually something my husband built for me. I just used a piece of poster board to line so I knew how much space I had in this middle drawer, and I drew out the compartments that I wanted. So I knew that I have some long knitting needles, I have a few crochet hooks, and then otherwise I took all of my needles from US size 0 to pretty much US size 15, and I divided them based on what I have and how many of each I have. Also the fact that as you get to the bigger needles, they do take up more space. What I ended up doing is taking some washi tape that I just ordered on Amazon, and I'll link it down below. I used my Cricut, which I already have, and just used regular white vinyl, and I labeled out what I needed for each compartment and just stuck it on there. Okay, so this is how the needle drawer came out. And I love how it's labeled. I know exactly what's in there now. There's no guessing, there's no trying to read the faded numbers on the side of my needles. And I'm loving that. Alright, that is the end of this week's episode. As you can see, I did add my bronze yarn all the way from Ireland, and I decided I'm going to cast on something new, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.